Assalamu alaikum viewers, hope you are doing well. So today we will going to learn about transformation, and it's for different types like translation, rotation, reflection, and enlargement. So let's see first that what is transformation. Transformation is actually the movement of the shape which you are given. For example, we have different points which should be that we should know about transformation is that it it deals with change in position, or it can also deals with the change in location or orientation. Also it deals with the change in shape, oh no, size. Okay, so size also changes. The second point is that the original shape which is given to you and ask you to do or apply the transformation on it, that original shape, it is called the object. Okay, and for the objects, okay, we will do that later. And the shape on which you have applied the transformation, any one of the transformation, okay, you call it as transformed shape. Okay, so this transformed shape will be your new shape. Okay, and you call it as the image of the object, which is the original shape. Okay, the third thing that you should know, that the vertices of the object, you label them with the capital letters like A, B, C, etc. All right, and the vertices of the object, vertices of the image, you label them as A prime or A dash. You can name any of them, or B dash or B prime, or C dash or B or C prime, etc. Okay, so let's see that what is the translation first. Translation is our translation is our first transformation. Okay, translation. So translation is just the sliding of the given shape. Okay, and sliding of the given shape means that sliding of the object. Sliding means the movement. You just move the object from one place to another. Okay, and you move that that object over a specified distance along the line. So first of all, the transformation is described by translation is described by a vector. All right, so in order to do the translation, you should know the vector. All right, and this vector tells you that whether the object has moved towards right, left, up, or down. Okay, so for example, if I have this grid, and this grid is divided into small different parts, and if I say that this is the, this is, I'm going to make the Cartesian coordinates. And I'm going to make another line like this. All right. So, mm, 1 second. Actually, this is on the grid, so that's what's creating a problem. All right. So now that I have created a Cartesian coordinate, and you know that over here we have the first quadrant, and over here it is the second quadrant, it is the third quadrant, and over here we have the fourth quadrant. And you know that this horizontal line, this is called as x-axis, and as this one is towards right, so we are going to write it as positive x-axis. Similarly, this is again the x-axis, but as this is towards right, so we will say that it is a negative x-axis. Similarly, this vertical line represents the y-axis, and the upward direction of the y-axis, this gives you the positive y-axis, and this the direction of the y-axis towards downwards, you call it as negative y-axis. Okay. So over here, if there is the object, before that, let's see how can we find the direction of the movement. For example, if I make the table direction of movement, so either the object will going to move along the x-axis or along the y-axis. So we have only two main axes, and over here we're going to write x and y, and we will see their direction. Okay, so if the number is positive, if the number is positive, all right, then the x-axis will be towards right and y-axis will be upwards. All right, and if the number in the vector is given to it's negative, then this means that if you have a negative sign with the x-axis, this means that it will be towards left, and if that negative sign is with the y-axis, then this means that the number is going in the negative direction, and this will be downwards. Okay, so do you understand that if the number is positive, then x is going towards right. Okay, but if the number is negative, then the x value here will be towards left. Okay, and if the number of the y is positive, then the y will be upwards. Okay, and if the number which is given, it is negative, then y will go downwards. So this is how you will going to see the direction of the movement of your object. All right, so over here I have this Cartesian coordinate, and let's see that I have the object which is given, for example, over here. Or before that, you should know that this is the point of intersection of these two vertical and horizontal line means that the point of intersection of x-axis and y-axis, alright, you call it as origin. Origin, alright. And it has its ordered pair, or it has the location of 0 and 0. This means that the value of x is equals to 0 and value of y is equals to 0. Alright, so this origin represents 0, 0. And over here in this ordered pair, the x values are written first. So the first thing over here, this will represent the x values. So it can be positive or it can be negative. All right, and this positive or negative will going to tell you the direction where we have to, in which direction we have to move. So similarly for the second one, this will represents the y values, and it can also be positive or negative. It depends on the question. So in this ordered pair, this is written as x values comma y values, and we have the bracket on their sides. So this is how you write the ordered pair. And from this ordered pair, you get the location of the of anything. All right, the location of your home or location of your car or anything like that. So over here, now we know that what is origin, so we can remove it. And let's actually start the translation. So for example, if I have given the object which is over here, okay, well, there's another thing I want to tell you. So how we will going to mark the x-axis and y-axis. So you say that you will going to write a scale for it. Okay, so if I say that these two blocks, we're going to tell me that these two blocks is equals to 1 centimeter. So I'm going to say, or I'm going to write that 2 blocks will be equals to 1 centimeter. All right, so if the if the diagram or the object is very small, so you will going to take the scale, you're going to take the larger scale. All right, and if something is very large, something like this one for example, so you will going to modify your scale, and you will take the lesser blocks equals to higher value. For example, this one block will be equals to 3 centimeters, and you will going to write over here that 1 block is equals to 3 centimeters. So this is how you adjust your graph or Cartesian coordinate or the scale of the given question according to your need. All right, so now we can move forward with the with the actual question of transformation. So for example, if I have if I say that this whole one block is my 1 and 1, and this one is 2 and 2, like this. All right, and if I say that I have this object which is given, this one t, okay, and someone asked me to translate it, by the vector 3, 4. So let me tell you what is the column vector. For the translation, we need the column vector. Okay, so if something is written like this, x, y, and we have a bracket over here, this is known as column vector. Alright, so the first number, whatever the number you are given over here, this will going to represent you the values of x values. So it can be positive or negative. Alright, and the second one which is given to you will be your y values, and it can also be positive or negative. Alright, and when you are writing the column vectors, there is no dash over here, like there is no bar over here. Alright, so if we have -4 and 5 over here, this means that we will going to move to the left on the x-axis. Why left? Because over here we have this negative, so this negative is telling us that we have to move to the left. And which which axis that we have to use? We are dealing with the x-axis, because I just told you that the first value represents the x values. Alright, so over here we have 5 and something, and there's nothing written over here. So when we don't have anything with a number, then it's already understood that it is positive. Okay, so now we have a positive 5. This means that we have to move upward. Alright, and we are dealing with the y-axis. Okay, and how many times we have to move upward? 5 blocks, whichever the scale you have chosen. So you will going to move 5 blocks upward. And -4, okay, -4 means that you have to move -4 towards left. 1 2 3 4. So let's apply this knowledge on the translation. So if someone gave us this object, you call it as the object. Let's say I name it as O for the object, and I am asked to translate this with the vector 3 4. This means that I have to move 3 blocks towards right and 4 blocks towards up. Alright, so let's do the translation. Okay, in this translation, what we have to do, we have to take the any vertex of this object. So over here we have 3 vertices. This one is you can write this as A, this one is B, and you can write it as C. Alright, so because this is the object, so we will going to represent its vertices as A, B, and C. Okay, so let's complete the labeling. So this one will be 3 4 5 6 7 8 9, and this will be 3 4 5 6 7 8 9. Alright, okay. So let's find the vector and do the translation. So over here we have to move 3 blocks to the right. So I am taking this vertex, okay, and I will going to deal with this vertex, and 3 blocks right, 1 2 3. So this will be my location for the x-axis, and then 4 blocks up, 1 2 3 4. So over here this vertex has been translated over here at this point 7 7. See, if you extrapolate this thing, you get x value which is equals to 7, and if you extrapolate this thing, and you get the y value which is 7. Alright, so I'm going to write I have translated this C over here, and I'm going to label it as C prime. Okay, why C prime? Because this is the image of our object. Okay, So let's take this, let's change the color. Let's take this vertex. All right, so this is B. Okay, and I have to move 3 steps to the right and 4 steps to up. So first of all, you will going to deal with the x-axis, and then you will going to deal with the y-axis. So first of all, I will going to move 3 blocks to right. So this is 1, 2, and 3, and 4 blocks upwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. So over here I have translated this B vertex of the object, and you label it as B dash. Okay, and over here let's remove these things. Now take another color and let's translate the A dash, A dash. Okay, so this is A, and we have to move 3 blocks right and 4 up again. So 1, 2, 3 to the right and 4 blocks up. So 1, 2, 3, and 4 will be over here. This is out. Let's make the line over here. All right, and this one is my 10. So let's say this is this thing. So I have translated this A as A prime or A dash. Now we can easily join all these vertices together, like this and this and this. And this is how we have completed our translation by using the vector 3, 4. Okay. Yes, and you can label anything, like you can label this shape as P, for example, or maybe O dash. Okay, so how you will going to write your answer? So you will going to say that it's translation by the vector, which is 3, 4. Okay, so let's do another question. For example, if I have this grid and you are given the shape, for example, okay, let's first label the axis. This one is x-axis, which is positive. This is positive y. This is negative x, and over here this is negative y. Okay, and you are given the shape like this. Let's draw it with the lines. So you're given this shape like this, and yeah, you can duplicate it like this, and then you can duplicate this line as this. Okay, then so over here you have a kind of square shape. So you can label its vertices like A, B, and then C, D. All right, and you are asked to translate this shape with the vector -5, -4. Okay, so this is the vector which is given in your question, and you call it as column vector. All right, so over here this means that this -5 means that you have to move to the left, and the first number tells you that this is the value for the x-axis, and then -4, which tells you the value of y-axis. So over here we have this negative sign. This means that we have to move downwards. So how many blocks to the left? 5 blocks to the left. And how many blocks to downward? which over here there are 4. So let's start translating this object. You can call it as t, for example. Okay, so -5 and -4. -5 to the left, 1. If I'm taking this one, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this one is -5, and then I have to move -4 to downwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this C vertex has been translated over here. Now you can take the other vertex, like this one, this D. So -5 to left, -4 to down. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is D dash. All right. So let's take the other two vertices, A and B. So I'm taking this one. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks to left and 4 blocks to downwards. 1, 2, 3, 4. So this is the point of this A that has been translated. And let's take the last one, and you can say this is B. So let's translate the speed vertex. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 to the left, and 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 to the 4 downwards. So this is B prime. So the next step is that you can join all of these vertices together to make your image. All right, so let's draw this, and over here you get the shape like this. So in the answer you are going to write what transformation you did translation. So you're going to write translation by vector. This is, what is the vector? The vector is 5 minus 4. So this is your answer. All right, thank you.